So we should be live in a few minutes. Oh, seconds. Maybe we're live right now.
Okay.
Yeah, did you get the notification? Yeah, we're live. So good evening, everybody from Puerto Rico, Latin America, United States, Europe, Middle East, from anywhere in the world that's watching us. Welcome back to Probandofuerzalive. Today, we have a very special guest that I know follows arm wrestling in Puerto Rico and follows this channel. And I would like to call my friend, Mr. Pavlo. And I'm sorry if I don't get this. If this guy is Pavlo Denbedyenyev, right?
Very nice, beautiful. Wow, you did it better than I do.
Well, I've been practicing all week.
Good.
Well, Pablo, thank you for being with us. We've seen Pablo compete. We know Pablo is one of the strongest arm wrestlers, both arms, in North America. He's originally from Russia, and you know, you got a lot of attention on you because you're so strong. And when I do this show, I do it, and I want to make it about the people that are on. We can talk about all the subjects later on, but at the beginning, I always like to, you know, people to know you and hear your story. So if you would like to say hi or a few words to the people that are watching.
Yeah, absolutely. Hi, guys. And yeah, I don't know. You want to know my story? I've been in the United States for 20 years. I started arm wrestling in my official tournament. First official tournament was back in Ukraine in 1997. So it will be 26 years this year. I've been back and forth. I didn't do it constantly, but ever since 2018, so for 5 years, I never stopped training. I've been constantly growing, and here I am.
So how old are you, Pablo?
42.
42. So I'm 41.
Yeah.
So by what you're saying, me, you, Dave Chafee, and maybe Michael Todd started around the same time.
Yeah, Michael, I believe Michael started earlier. I believe Michael claims, and he told me that he's on his 31 year in arm wrestling. So he's like 5 years more than that. Yeah.
Okay. So my friend Vasil from Dubai, he's a Ukrainian too, saying hi in the chat.
Hi, Vasil.
Okay. So you're not exactly from Russia, you're from Ukraine, right?
I was born in Ukraine, yes.
Yeah. And how did you end up in the States?
In 2003, the whole family immigrates here. And yeah, I was part of the family. Here I am for almost 20 years now.
Yeah. And you started arm wrestling back in Ukraine, right?
Yes. I am from Rome. It's a relatively little town in western Ukraine. Oleg Zhokh is very nearby. So Oleg Zhokh is was going to same university where I did, and son of my trainer found him. So it's, you know, same area. That's where I'm from.
Did you ever got to train or share the same gym with Pushkar?
No. I believe that yeah, we did meet. Pushkar is a little younger than me, and yeah, no, I immigrate too early to meet Pushkar, you know.
Okay. So you were telling me that you started arm wrestling in 1997 back in Ukraine, right?
Yes.
Did you I don't know if you saw the live stream I did with Rustam and all, and even Vasil, they talk about arm wrestling school. Did you started on those? Artem too. Artem talk about it too. The arm wrestling school that is in Ukraine, right?
Yeah, no, we didn't have actual arm wrestling school. We has my trainer who was cultivating arm wrestling in my university, Evgeny Ivanovich Komarevich. He died already, but his son now is doing that. Komarevich, I don't know, you may know him. He is a very good and very popular ref. Alexander Komarevich, yes.
Yeah, I've heard of him.
Yeah,
I've heard
yeah.
of him.
So that's his son, and yeah, we've been in just Olympic lifting gym and powerlifting gym, and we've been trying to adapt our exercises to arm wrestling.
Yeah. So you found weightlifting and powerlifting
Yeah, no.
before arm wrestling, right?
No, I actually started as a shot putter. As a shot putter, I've been lifting a lot. But yeah, I started as a shot putter, and then when I go to university from the high school, I started arm wrestling. And it's kind of.
Cool. Because I've seen you like you're really big and strong,
Yeah.
and I've seen you've done a couple of arm wrestling meets, bench only, I think, right?
Yes.
This past days, right?
Yeah.
So you right now are powerlifting and arm wrestling both, right?
I would not say that I'm powerlifting. My training partner, same name as me, Pavlo. So he's a strongman and a powerlifter, and sometimes he's pushing me, to do a competition. So I did bench competition twice already. First time he pushed me to in 2018, and now I did it again in 2022. So I'm not really
Yeah,
powerlifter. I just like it.
but like you are a really powerful guy. I don't think there's much arm wrestlers that can bench over 400 over 400 pounds, and you do over 500 pounds bench, right?
Yeah.
And I think right now the only guys that can bench 500 pounds being an arm wrestlers are you, Sauer, and Levon. Those three. I don't think anyone else can do that
Corey
being an
West.
arm wrestler. Oh yeah,
Corey
Corey.
West.
Yeah, Corey. I
Yeah,
saw
he
Corey.
do
Yeah,
that
yeah.
for
You're right.
sure.
You're right. Corey can bench over 500, right?
Yeah, he's at least 535. Yeah, at least.
Yeah, but he's a big guy, and
Yeah,
weight
he's
pushes weight. And
400.
you, what's your body weight right now?
This morning, 254.
254. See, I was like before Christmas, I was almost 300 pounds, and
Ooh,
I've lost like a lot of weight because I got sick and I had some health issues, and right now I think I'm 250 or below 250, and
nice.
I don't look like you. I want to
Yeah,
look like you.
I have no legs. I have no legs. Everything's
Yeah,
here.
yeah. Well, I do have I like when I weigh 300 pounds, it's because my legs just grow and keep growing. But either way, when I get back to the gym after I get through this health issues, I will try to at least look a little bit like you.
Sure. Thank you. Yeah.
So you're one big, strong guy, and that strength and that power that we see on Pablo when he trains, it transfers like completely to the arm wrestling table. Like Pablo, you are really strong, and you really don't have like weak points or anything. And is that uh because of your early training in arm wrestling, or if you had a mentor, did he guide you in?
You was breaking up a little bit, but yeah, I understand the question. I don't really have a mentor, but I think it's aging in our sport that what matters, because you have your weak points throughout the lives, and you know about them, and when you have spent enough time in the sport, you have time to fix them all, one by one.
Yeah, I tend to agree with you. Even though my journey hasn't been like that, because I remember when I started arm wrestling, I had like a really strong hand, and my rising was good. But I've been in and around arm wrestling for over 20 years, but not consistently. I've left it and do other things, then came back. And the last time I came back to arm wrestling, the thing that was really working for me was like side pressure, like Todd Hatch, just going straight to the side. And I've stick with that. And I've tried to train other areas, but it doesn't pan out. I always end up like being a side pressure guy.
Yeah, consistency in other areas. Only consistent training and attention will bring them up to level. Otherwise, yeah, it's hard.
Yeah, yeah. And I remember back when we started like seeing Pavlo on social media a lot. I believe it was like everybody in arm wrestling in the States knew about Pavlo, but not everybody in the world like had like a lot of attention on you. And I think that started to happen when John was preparing for his match with Devin, and the 217 arm wrestling channel featured your practice with John, and everybody saw Pablo, and you started getting attention. Now,
Yeah.
uh, do you have any favorite arm wrestler right now or in the past or from the past?
Yes, everybody does it. So my favorite of all times is Richard Lopkins.
Yeah, brother, that's mine too.
He's incredible. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's to me he's an icon. Yes.
yeah, yeah, because it's like Brock Lesnar. And let me explain this comparison. Like everybody said that knowledge is in Puerto Rico. We say we got a saying that más vale maña que fuerza. Like it does more than the knowledge of you have or something, right?
Yeah.
Or that you may have. And now Brock Lesnar came into the UFC and look all that. You know, he just ran through everybody because he was strong, and 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 that's what Richard Lucas, brings to the table. Like he's so strong and he's been so strong for so many years, and in his time, he was through everybody.
Yeah.
I've seen like those early Richard Lucas matches. They didn't last a second.
No. He's probably the one of the strongest human being on this planet, and yeah, I mean, I just love him. How he looks, how he perform, how he arm wrestles. He's never cheating. He's never doing inappropriate things on the table, and he's just so powerful. I mean, this is incredible.
Yeah, it always comes to mind the match he had with Travis Page in the UAL.
Yeah, sure.
I haven't seen Travis here on that. He's he's and he was like when Richard was like grabbing him and stuff. He was like and then just Richard did it, and it was fast. That is when I talk about that.
I'm not sure if it's me or you, but you breaking up for some reason.
I'm like let me just Wi-Fi. I'm like it's going like I don't have a problem. I can hear you and you and
Yeah, I didn't hear you for the last like couple of phrases. I'm not sure why. Let me check on my side too.
you're there right now, right? We're
Yes,
back.
yes,
Yeah, yeah. It's since the last hurricane we have, internet has been really bad, and sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. And right now in Puerto Rico, when it's like from 4 to 7 o'clock, it's really bad because everybody's on. Then when night comes, it gets better. But sorry everybody, I'm back, and I think we won't have a problem because I connected to the Wi-Fi. So what I was saying is when I talk about Richard, the match that comes to mind, it's the one he had with Travis.
yeah.
That Travis looked scared, and it was like a fast hit and strong hit. It always comes to mind.
And for me, always came to mind 2011 Arnold Classic, where he has a match with Dennis.
Yes,
That
yes.
was like, oh my god. Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, Dennis always says that the strongest arm wrestler he ever faced was Richard Lucas. And I was so bummed out, like, oh, he almost had him, but he didn't get him. And you know, it's understandable that it was like prime Dennis. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. You know that we're gonna see him very soon, Richard Lopkes. We will see
Yes,
him
he's
in
gonna be on
Master
the
Factory.
Monster Factory, right?
Yep, he's coming back.
You know, I've been trying to reach out to him because I know he doesn't have social media. I know his wife does, and I
Yep.
try to reach out, but I know they're going through some issues. You know, his wife was sick and all that, and I don't know how it's that going. So I try to reach out, but you know, respectfully, I just reach, and if I didn't get no answer, I didn't push it forward. But I would love to talk to him because, like, he's one of the icons of the sport, and I don't know if you're gonna agree with me with this. Like, John Bersenk is John Bersenk. He's the greatest of all time. He's John
Absolutely.
Bersenk, right?
Mhm.
He's in his own class. But when we talk about history, like figures or persons or people or athletes that mark the sport, we get Cliff Dean and we get Richard Lucas and Gary Goodrich, you know, and we all know we lost Dean some time back, and the guys that we got left, like the treasures of our sport that are left, are Richard and Gary. And we all know Gary has his health issues and everything. And we still, like, the pinnacle that we have left is Richard Lucas, you know, and I treasure him, you know, because I remember how sad and bad I felt when Cleve, you know, passed away. And I hope Richard comes back and goes like Crazy George arm wrestling until he's 80, you know, and we have him for a long time, because I I I would hate. I know nobody lives forever, but I would hate to lose Richard. And I want the younger generation to get to know him. You know.
Absolutely. I saw him last time in 2019, right before COVID, in Oklahoma State. It was international event for USAA, and he won his super heavyweight class. And I asked him to, pull a little bit on a side table, and nothing serious. We just gripped up. Dude, I have nothing for him, and he's 65 years old. Nothing.
Damn.
Mhm.
You know. And he's one of these guys, like good old boys. You know, country guys or farming guys. You know,
Mhm.
and the way the world is going, we need to see men like him. You know,
Yes,
in the
yes.
sport and in everything. And I wish I could, like, get to meet him uh at some point in my life, because he's a really, to me, he's a really important person in the sport. And
Yes.
to me, in the sport, Richard is one of the most important persons, you know, and we got to treasure having him still, you know, and that he's coming back to arm wrestling. He's how old is he now?
I believe he's like 66 or 67. I'm not exactly sure, and I don't know when his birth is.
Yeah. And tell me, the last time you saw him was in when he
In
was 65, right?
2019, I think he was like 64 or 65, something like that.
Okay.
64 maybe.
How did he look?
Amazing, amazing. Like he built like a rock. His muscles density is a rock. I'm dead serious. His forearm, I don't know, double of mine. I'm dead serious. He was at 335 pounds. He's, I believe, like 6'3". And
So he's still over 300 pounds?
yes, yes.
Wow.
He cannot be any much less. I mean, he may lose. There is nothing to lose. He doesn't have body fat. He's probably at 15% or less body fat. He
See,
doesn't have a big belly.
those are gifts from God,
Yeah.
because not everybody is like that.
No. He's built differently. He's from
Yeah,
different.
he's built differently. I get emotional and everything, because it's like he's coming back, and I know he's gonna be strong. And you know, maybe we're gonna see his rematch with Denis Teplenkov at some point,
That's
because
possible. That's possible. Yeah.
it's very possible. It's very possible, because we're gonna see, like, we have the match with John and Dennis. Then Dennis is gonna pull Devin, And the other guy on the book of Dennis Plankov that has given trouble is the one is Puchkar, and the other, which is dead, and the other is Richard. And we're gonna see that. And Engin, if you watch this, you gotta make that thing happen. Or Larry, if you're watching it, you get Dennis to the States and make him fight Richard Lucas, please, because we need to see that before the end of the world.
Yeah, that would be epic. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. So, Pablo, I wanted to ask you, when are you gonna be featured in East versus West? Have you had an offer or offer an opponent or something?
I cannot answer that question for sure, because it's all up to Engin, and whenever he will decide that it's time, it will be a time. We're talking, and I'm helping him with some translation, so we're talking like constantly. And I told him, listen, you have plenty of guys, you have 200-300 arm wrestlers, good arm wrestlers on a card where you can play around. And if he will decide that it's time for me there, I'll be there. What I do think, not next one, not yet. Not yet. Maybe end of the summer.
Yeah.
Or
So maybe in the summer.
yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
We will see. Let's leave this to Engin, because he is, as of right now, and best to my knowledge, he's the best person who can set up a super match to be interested. They are,
yes,
almost all of them, they are so close, they are unpredictable. So he's very good.
and he's doing a great job, and his promotion is towering over any other promotion ever.
Yes.
You know, and the harmony the sport has found through Engin is unmatched, and everybody is doing their own thing, and Engin is just helping them. You know,
Yes, and
he's not
everybody who
competing
loves
with
our
anyone.
sport have to support.
Yeah, he's not competing with anyone. He just helps everyone. You know, and it's great, because I remember some years back that we have promotions that they made a contract with an athlete, and they prohibited him to go to another promotion or face any other guy in other promotion in other country or whatever, and that hurted the sport, and we missed a lot of match of people on their primes because of that contract bullshit.
Yeah. No, it's like one organization will ban you because you participate in another organization. It's all fucking bullshit. Come on, guys.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
And I was
freedom.
yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, freedom, and Engin doesn't do that, and he will not do that ever, and that very big of the deal for me personally, and I believe for many other athletes, the freedom. And he's really, I'm strongly believe that he's really care about athletes, really, and he's supporting them.
Yes.
He's bringing them on the stage, giving them opportunities, and this is amazing. Everybody who loves the arm wrestling have to support Engin and his event.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. And that's why we all have to support Engin and what he's doing.
Yeah,
because it's what's gonna get us to the future, and like we're knocking on the door of the Olympics, and I believe this is Engin's work, because everybody's seeing what's going on and the harmony, and that everybody's working with everybody. And talking about that, like Prime, when Devon was like unbeatable on left, he never got to pull Dennis because of that contract thing. Like the promotion he was in didn't allow him to go and face Dennis left-handed. And when it finally happened, a lot of things happened, and Devon wasn't, in his best shape and everything, and we missed that. We didn't get to see that, and that's sad for the sport. But hopefully that's over with, and it's, we're gonna keep getting the matches we want to see.
Yes, absolutely.
So I want to ask you this, and this is the reason why we have this conversation today with Pavlo. I'm going to ask you the first question, and then we're going to go to the second question. But when I ask you the first, you're going to know why. Which is your top 5 arm wrestlers right-handed right now?
Okay, Levan is unquestionable for sure. He is the king, unless proven otherwise. So then, in no particular order, I would put Hermes Gasparini, Gennady Kvikvinia. Now it's a little bit harder, but probably Artyom Morozov.
Yeah.
Morozov, and I am not sure, but Zaur is knocking some of the doors.
Yes, I agree with you.
It's
I
hard
totally agree.
question because Zaur may be easily number 2 or number 1 or number 5. We don't know that, but he's definitely somewhere there knocking on that door.
Yeah, like we are never gonna know until we watch him in
Yes.
East versus West or whenever doing a super match against these kinds of athletes. You know, I believe he will do good, and I know
I think so too.
he wants to face Dave Chafee really bad.
Yeah.
You know, and hopefully to in the summer we're gonna see that. And Saul
By
has
that
become my
match,
friend, but I'm
we
on
will-
Davis' corner. What?
by that match with Dave Chafee and Zaur, we will be able to say it doesn't matter who's gonna win or who's gonna guess out first. It's it's all politics. But by the first 2, we will see where it's going, which direction, and we will know what power are we talking about.
Yes, yes, definitely, definitely, because in the styles they have, and Dave Chafee, like Dave, to me is the strongest arm in the world. You know?
Arm, yes, yes. Mm-hmm.
Yes, yes, that's because I remember Travis Bajan said a long time ago, you don't have to be the strongest arm wrestler to be the best. So talking about strength and talking about the strongest arm, I believe Dave's is the strongest arm. Like, okay, Levan has a lot of other things that help him on the table that are way stronger than Dave's. But I believe, to my opinion, that Dave Chafee's right arm is the strongest right arm on earth.
Yes,
you know,
probably.
we've seen him with Morozov and with people that are killing it, and he has held his ground and got some good pins on him. Yeah, like bam, right there. And
Yeah.
and it's sad. I it's not sad, but disappointing that he got to face Hermes right after that war with Vitaly. And I know if it would have been different if he would have a couple of months, 3-4 months to recover.
Yes and no. We don't know that, but yeah, it's maybe different. Yes, I agree with you. Plus, when it was a COVID break for everybody, it was a little bit different training-wise and participation-wise. And Dave is older, so he need to make his fully comeback. He need more time, and if he will stick to the training and preparation, I believe we will see very good Dave in about a year.
Yes, I know, and if Dave gets matches or gets a good match in the summer with all this recovery he has had, he's gonna be stronger and better.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. So now the other question, which generated this live stream, is which are the top 5 lead-handed arm wrestlers in the world for Pavlo?
Yeah, and that's the good question. So
yes,
let's put first 3, which are out of questions. I mean,
yes,
probably out of questions. So I would put Morozov. I would put Dadikan.
Yes.
Kurdecha.
Okay, Kurdecha.
And then it's very, very questionable, but probably Vitaly Lalitin and maybe Corey West. Maybe.
Vitaly, and after Vitaly, Corey.
Yes.
Corey West.
Yeah, in no particular order.
Yeah, in no particular order.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it surprised me that you mentioned Vitaly because we haven't seen Vitaly pull left-handed in a long while.
Yeah, it's still there. I know, I know that by his style and his training that, but yeah, he just did not get to really, prove it. But I believe it's still there. It's not injured. It's
Yeah.
healthy, and I think he's there.
So
But there
tomorrow
is a
at 10
lot
a.m.
of. Yeah, I'm sorry.
What?
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go
No, no,
ahead.
no. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, I want to tell that left hand is a little bit outside of everybody's direct attention. So it's like, yeah, Levan is a king, and everybody pay attention who gonna chase Levan at this, throne. But left-handed
Yeah.
is kind of shaded, and everybody like, we don't know, whatever.
Yeah.
But
Because
it's
I remember somebody, I don't know who says, who really cares about left,
right. It's watch
but
it.
we do. We care. Pablo and I care about left hand, you know.
And I'm
So
righty. I'm
I'm,
not lefty.
but you're not lefty, right?
No,
But you have a strong left hand,
yes, I do.
and to me, like I'm a right-handed man, but my left hand used to be a lot of stronger than my right. I don't know why. I think it was because of deadlifts, because I my underhand was my left hand.
Mhm.
And I have, like, my daughter has cerebral palsy, and I walk from, like, she couldn't use the left side of her body that much. And I
Mhm.
remember when she was little, I and she didn't walk. I I always had her on my arm, trying to, like, pinch her right so she would use her left. And I spent 6 7 years like that. And I always think that that was the reason my left was stronger than
Absolutely
my right,
possible.
because it was 7 years like this.
Absolutely possible. Yes.
Yeah. And then I had an injury, and my left hand, it's dead. I feel like it's dead. I tore my brachialis in a practice a long time back, and it hasn't been the same ever since. You know, but still, we arm
Stem
wrestle.
cells. Stem cells. Everybody talking about that.
Yeah, stem cells. But
But
everybody
they,
with the
they, they
money
are not
can get stem
sponsoring
cells.
me. They are not sponsoring me that, but apparently, from what I saw on Michael's, they worked.
No, and I really want to see Devin's MRIs after the stem cell treatment,
Yeah.
because we all saw how his wrist and elbow was, and he then went and beat Prutnik, and he had stem cells before that, and I really want to know how it looks now, you know.
Yeah.
So getting back to the subject, where where do you leave Alisam Morata on this left hand top thing?
He is definitely top after I saw what he did to Petrenko. When Petrenko was top 3 on the Zloty Tour in 19 overall. And when I saw, and Petrenko says that he is over 100%, he's better form than he was at Zloty Tour. And what he did to him recently, he's somewhere on the top. I would say he's top 10, but I'm not sure where. And I'm pretty sure we will see it soon because
But
he's better
I
guy
believe
still. But yeah,
he's not a super heavyweight, but he's
yes,
the WAF super
yeah,
heavyweight champion.
I know.
So it's something because he's not that heavy. And
Absolutely. He's
I,
like 85, 90 kilos.
yeah, and like, I haven't seen him pull right-handed, but his left is so fast,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
And I remember talking to Corey Miller.
Mhm.
They call him the Flash, and he was telling me that when to be that fast, it you gotta be that strong.
Absolutely.
And the explosiveness in that acceleration is killer, and that's what killed Petrenko. Because Petrenko cast him, and he like bring him to his side, but then that explosiveness, that acceleration, that just killed him.
Yeah.
And I would really like to watch him train for that, because it's something. It not a lot of things amaze me, or I go like, wow. But when I saw him, I saw like, damn, when Petrenko brought him to the center of the table and then again, bam! Oh, it's gotta be, there.
Yes, yes, he's definitely on top. We don't know how high, but probably we're gonna find out in about a year.
Yeah, and would you, if anyone offers you a match with him, would you be interested in that match?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you think you can handle that speed and that stuff?
It's a hard answer to make because I never pulled on that level with my left hand. So, but I have some tools and I'm much bigger and heavier than him, and I'm not dropping to his weight. I cannot do that. So if we meet somewhere in about 105 or 110 kilos, I believe it's maybe an interesting match.
Yeah. And I always tell, and I remember I told Petrenko this, like in Puerto Rico, when we train for, I don't know, maybe you do this or you know about this, but in Puerto Rico, when we train to face a fast guy, uh, we used to take like a dumbbell and throw it in the air and catch it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do
And I
this with
remember,
a shot put.
I'm sorry, what?
I do this with a shot put, shot put, the
Yeah,
shot.
I do it. I do it now with a weighted ball,
Yep,
with
yep,
a medicine ball. It's what it
yep.
called. But back then, I remember we did it with dumbbells, and I remember I got to, I don't know, 60-pound dumbbell. I threw in the air and catch it, and that gave me the power to stop anyone. And I know, I told Petrenko that, and I bet my ass he didn't do it. But
Yeah.
I always, I know that works. I know that
He
works.
stopped him. He stopped him. It's just that crazy amount of power in Muratov. It's and that explosiveness exactly. It's not a slow power. It was
Yes.
choom, choom.
Yeah,
Amazing.
and he's like, his arms are like long. He
Yes.
has long arms,
Yeah.
and his hands are big.
Yeah.
Yeah, for a light guy, and he's not that tall for to have those arms that are that long.
Yeah, absolutely. He's amazing puller, and I believe you will see him climbing the top. I believe he's top 10 right now, but we cannot prove that because he just started professional arm wrestling at this event.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
we will see.
And he's gonna be with me tomorrow at 10 a.m. Puerto Rico time, because
Okay.
people left messages on the videos, the live streams I've done recently, asking to have him on the show, and have people want to know what he does and get to know him, because he's like relatively an unknown, because I'm gonna tell you the truth, I didn't know who he was until I saw him on East versus West.
No, yeah, I saw him at VAF. I've been watching him, but yeah, I was a little surprised by how he won and dominate the super heavyweights. But yeah, his style actually is very bad for supers guys, because supers usually slower. They more powerful, but they usually slower, and that's why his speed and explosiveness was on his side in that weight class. So that's why he was that dominant.
Yeah, yeah. I want to know something. When you pulled John, what did you feel?
Yeah, John is a very special puller. Overall, John is not a powerful and strong man. I would say that I did say it a couple times already, that everybody is stronger than John. Overall, whoever's lived, Denis Tsiplinkov, me, everybody, Pauline, everybody's stronger than John. But John is a amazing puller, very knowledgeable. His locking positions and his arm wrestling muscles stronger than mine for sure. Hand control, fingers, everything, elbow up, he's for sure better than me. And his ability of feeling every angle. When we go in the hook, he said, hook, hook, sure. We go in the hook. I felt it. He pressed me here, 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 a little bit. Oh, it goes. That's it. And he pressed. I felt the points, you know. He tried.
Like you literally felt the pressure points, how he moved.
Yes. Yes.
You know,
And
I remember
not do that.
Yeah. Paul Lynn told me that when he pulled John, he didn't felt anything. Like he put up his hand, he didn't fight for the grip, but he said, like really close when the match was about to start, I just felt an hydraulic thing that didn't stop until I was pinned.
Yes.
You know, and you know, it's you know, it's amazing that, you know,
and it's taking a lot of power to unbend my fingers and wrist, and he just flopped me like this, easy.
Yeah, I mean, we saw his match with Irakli, and Todd Hutchins said that Irakli, he felt like he could grip his hand off, you know, and Todd Hutchins is a strong guy,
Yeah.
you know, and John just went like, no.
It was
You
amazing.
know,
it was amazing.
it was amazing. You know, I always think I always feel like at the end, like, damn, why did he lost? He was doing so good. He just played around too much. But anyway, so
But to
are
grip
you
up with John is very uncomfortable. His wrist, his thumb are very thick, and they are much bigger, let's say, than mine, like 3 times. So his hand
Damn.
overall is big, but thumb is very special. When you grip it up, you cannot go really around it, so you end up somewhere here, not here, but somewhere here, you know.
Yeah.
And his ability of, you know, top rolling or open your wrist is very good.
No, and this is why, like we're talking about this, but this is why Todd Hutchins always can handle John, because Todd doesn't need that.
Yeah.
You know, that's what you're saying, that your hand ends up here. He doesn't need that. As long as he can have something in the strap, he doesn't need that. And I know, and I think Todd Hutchins is one of the few people that have like a not a losing record with John. Like, yes, John has beaten Todd more than Todd has beaten John, but you know, I think is the guy that has the most wins on John in history.
Yes, especially in his.
I don't know if I'm right, but I think about it.
Yeah, you're close to be right. I did not score them both, but I think you're pretty accurate on that.
Yeah.
They
Have you ever pulled Todd?
Huh?
Have you ever pulled Todd Hutchins?
Practice only. 2 times,
Yeah.
practice only. Yeah, I'm trying to work on a super match with Todd, and we kind of agree on a date. It may happen in Michigan, June 3rd, but so far no sponsors want to pick it up, and we need a little money for that.
Dude, people, if people are watching, this is a good fucking match.
Hopefully.
Like you against Todd, we got to make that happen.
Yeah, Steve Pettis is the organizer, and everything is basically set except a few bucks.
But it's gonna be on the Michigan arm wrestling tournament, right?
Yes, it's probably the biggest by volume, the biggest tournament in the United States. It's close to 500 entries every time. So, and it's June 3 this year. So everybody's agreeing on on dates and stuff. And Steve Pettis is organizer. He's good with it. He said, no problem, guys. I want you all, but he have some problems with the sponsorships, and we all together trying to work something out. So if somebody hear it and interested,
I'm gonna start a poll saying like, do you want Pavlo to pull Todd Hutchins in June? Yes or no? So people start, trending or something, because that's a great match actually, because like you are 2 powerhouses and you are like this well-rounded strong guy, and we got Todd, which by by he's saying he always says like, I'm gonna go inside, and if that doesn't work, I'm gonna go inside. So it's gonna be great, And I love Todd because of that. He like in this stage of my life that I got all these problems. I try to train like he does because he do is like really simple, and I love the West Side method, the conjugate method, and the way it applies to arm wrestling, and I'm trying to make a comeback in the sport, and that's the way I'm training. I call it West Side Hutchins. Like if you see something like that written somewhere, I made it up.
Okay, sure. No, yeah, his training is not as simple as it looks like, but his exercises are pretty simple, and it's very attractive. Yes, absolutely.
So Pablo, what are your plans in the near future? Are you planning to go to the East versus West qualifier at all?
Yes, I will go to East versus West qualifier. Not tomorrow in Florida. I was planning to, but it's a little too far and too expensive for me. I will go to Indiana one. It's closer to me.
Yeah.
So, and then for sure I will go for finals. Not for sure. I have to win the qualifier first. But yeah.
Well, we all know there's a really good chance you're gonna win. We all know that.
Yeah, I will try to anyway. Then Arnold Classic. I will go there. Then I just confirmed my left-hand super match with Jonathan Brida. I'm going to Pittsburgh, Mississippi on March 18. Then probably I will go to IFA Nationals because it's right here near me in Joliet, near Chicago on when is it? Oh yeah, April 15, I believe. Then April 29, hopefully I will go to Monster Factory again. And then June 3, possibly, hopefully, I very hope for. It's gonna be a super match.
Well, I don't know if I heard correctly, but I heard Todd Hutchins is gonna be back at East versus West on a main event, but I don't know when. I believe it's in summer, but I don't know when. So I hope that match
May 6th.
May 6th. Oh, so it's not gonna be in June. Cool. Okay,
May
cool.
6th, yes.
May 6th. Yeah. So let's talk about tomorrow night or tomorrow. I don't know which time is gonna be the match, but Sandris Sedis versus Devin Larratt. What's your take on that?
I love Sandris, and I think he's climbing that road very fast. He's not ready for Devon yet. Devon knowledge and Devon last 2 years development on his right arm is incredible. Unfortunately, he will skin that boy. But lots of respect for Sandris, and I would say 5 years later he will beat him. Not yet.
Yeah, not yet. Yeah, I agree with you. Like I don't see. Maybe he will get around, maybe, but
maybe
I don't see. Yeah, I don't see him losing to Devon right now because even though Devon is 47, he's getting better.
Yes.
He's getting better and stronger, and those stem cells, those stem cells, they working some magic, and even when you see his arm, I don't know if you saw him on Kentucky the other day, like he's training the bunking way and all that, but you like his left arm wasn't looking like that much different from his right, but that now his right arm is taking up his entire right part of his body, and his left, it's looking differently now.
Yes.
So I don't think his left is fading away. I just think his right arm is taking over.
Yes, absolutely. That's what it is. He always been a skinny guy, so no, his left looks the same as it looks for years, but right arm look very much different. Yes.
Yeah, and I made a bucket list. I made a bucket list because of the health issues I'm having, and one of them is meeting Devin Larratt in person, and I'm hoping I do that soon. And I'm planning on traveling this year, trying to get more in touch with all the people I can with arm wrestling, and I want to travel to I think Ohio, Michigan area, to meet Todd Hutchins and Kevin Palco. Hang out with those guys. Maybe drive up to Canada, and maybe we can get like maybe I can get to meet you. I don't know if you're close or something,
Sure,
but
absolutely.
I'm gonna I want to make that trip before the end of this year.
Okay,
Uh, and it would be great because I want to like go meet up with Kevin Falco, then visit Todd Hutchins. If we can get to meet you, and then drive up to Canada to John Therrien's house and
sure.
hang out with him, and maybe go to Devin's house or whatever. I'm gonna try to make that trip because I've contacted with a lot of people from that area. Uh, Gravedigger from Michigan arm wrestling sent me a package like a gift. And I appreciate that very much. And I'm a really grateful guy, and 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 I want to go meet the people that help me anyway.
Yeah, absolutely,
And
absolutely. Let me know when you gonna travel and what's your plan for travel, and we'll see. Maybe we will, roads will cross somewhere. Yeah, absolutely.
yeah. So I made this YouTube channel in 2018 or something before that, because I don't really remember, because I wanted to expose that there were still arm wrestlers in Puerto Rico, because in the 70s, 80s, and 90s we had like a big tournament, and then it died down, and the sport, like, you know it lost a lot on those years, and then we started back up, and right now it's getting better, and I have made contact and make friends with people all over, like on Latin America, the States, uh, even Spain,
Sure.
and a lot of places, and I'm really grateful for the support we are having, and I'm not monetized, Pablo. I don't make any money out of this. I make this because I like it. I make this because I want to help the sport grow and get people from Puerto Rico in the in the in the international stage.
Mm-hmm.
And talking about it, I want to share this with you. I was talking with some Latin American guys, and they are like losing interest in East versus West, and I was asking, I'm in a lot of arm wrestling WhatsApp chats, from Latin
Mm-hmm.
America, from Germany, from a lot of places, and
Sure.
and the guys in Latin America are like losing interest, because they are saying like it's only the same guys from the United States, and you know and they don't get a break, to be on the promotion, and I know Gabby did a qualifier in Bolivia, but they were saying like it was like too expensive for them to go to those qualifiers, and
Sure.
I wanna keep the interest of my people on East versus West, because it's legit and it's the best thing going for us, and I talked with Santiago Balsamelo, which is the world champion, Masters world champion at 70K. I don't know
Mm-hmm.
if you heard of him,
I heard of them.
and he wants to like make a challenge to I don't remember his name, the guy that pulled Cobra Rhodes.
Mm-hmm.
What was his name? Asier.
I don't remember the names very
But
well.
you know the guy, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So he's gonna issue a challenge to face that guy, if maybe to get Engin's attention, if he can make that match happen on East versus West, because they're the same age, and Santiago is the world champion, and he
Mm-hmm.
wants like to make way for Latin Americans in the promotion, and I hope that really does happen, because uh East versus West and Engin are the best thing we got going. And I don't really like hearing this stuff, like they losing interest and all that.
Sorry.
And I hope Engin hears this and Engin sees Santiago's challenge and gives him a chance to go face this guy at East versus West, because I believe it will be a good match.
I think I want to comment this real short. First of all, East versus West is very new organization. Very new. Give it a little bit of time, guys. Please wait. Do not lose interest with all the qualifiers they start setting 2 months ago. It's already like 6 or 7 here in America. Believe me, trust me, if that will goes okay, it will be some of the qualifiers organized by you or anybody else in South America. Hit Engin with a proposition or proposal. Gabi is already doing that on another side of the continent. You may do it, closer to here. It will go. Give it a little bit of time, patient, train, get stronger, be ready.
Yeah, that's exactly what I told them when they started, approaching me with this, because they know I have a relationship with Engin and I respect Engin a lot. And but I am like you. I think we're like, it's not the time to bring that up, because we're like even though there's like 7, 8 East versus West plan or that had happened, I mean 2 years, 1 year,
Not even. Yeah.
it's really relatively new. It just started.
Yeah.
So
get
everything.
stronger. Everybody get stronger and be ready, because it's coming. It's coming everywhere.
Yeah. So Pablo, I would like to thank you for being with us tonight. I appreciate it a lot. I love having you here and the conversation we had. I would like to call you my friend, and I hope that when I travel over there to that area, we can get to meet and share some moments. Maybe feel your hand, even though I can do anything with it.
All yours, both are yours. Whenever we meet, absolutely yes.
I mean, I don't know. I used to have strong hands and big hands. I used to, not anymore, because I lost so much weight. But I used to have a 20-inch forearm.
Ooh,
20-inch forearm, and
forearm.
I had like 22, 23 inch biceps.
Oh my God. Huge.
And that was like 3 weeks before Christmas.
Wow, that's huge.
Yeah, but I'm a short guy, man. I'm only 5'11",
Oh, okay. You're thick.
And had being that big, it wasn't good.
Yeah,
And I believe that was the thing that was just driving me to side pressure, because I couldn't get close, But people used to call me the Levan Boricua, because I was that big, and I my last heavy bicep curl was like 250 pounds.
Ooh, sure.
And people started calling me that. Then I got sick and everything got fucked up. But I'm gonna try and be back.
I hear you. Yeah, after 40, you have to be careful with everything.
Yeah, dude, I was like one day I was feeling like shit. Dizzy, migraines, and bad. And when I finally got to my doctor, everybody was saying, "Well, okay, you're diabetic. You're a diabetic. That's what happened to you, right?" And I was like, "Oh shit, I'm diabetic, so I'm old." Then with all the labs came back, it was my kidneys that were giving me problems.
Sure.
And it was because my blood pressure was really high for very long, and it damaged my kidneys.
Yeah.
So I had to, like, my doctor told me to stop training, because I trained like a power lifter, and when you train that hard, your kidneys get stressed. So he told me to stop training. I had to lose weight, and because my heart wasn't the problem, but everybody got concerned, and we did some more tests, and still I'm going through some tests, but at least I'm able to go back to to the gym, but I haven't gone back yet.
Yeah.
So I'm
You
worried that I
looking
go back.
good.
And, what?
You're looking good right now. Maybe keep that way. Just get different density of the muscles.
Yeah, that's what I was getting to. I'm afraid that I go back to the gym and I start lifting weight and I start gaining weight back, and I don't want that to happen.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to diet. When I get back to the gym, I'm gonna diet harder so I don't gain it back, and try to concentrate on conditioning.
Yep.
To know, because right now I think I'm below 250. And I still have some arms.
Yeah.
And they're not hard, but they're big at least.
Yeah.
But I gotta fill them up, and maybe I could go and do a couple arm wrestling tournaments in the States.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, welcome. Whenever you come,
That's my goal.
let me know. I'll hit the tournament. I'll give you some pulling.
Yeah. It would be great to touch with you, because if you want to get better, you gotta practice with stronger people than
Exactly. And I'm always saying, listen, if anybody, I'm saying this as a joke, but every joke has, part of the truth in it. If anybody will ask me, Pavlo, do you want to pull Livan in a month? I will never say no. I will absolutely say yes.
you. Yeah.
And I know I will lose to Livan, but I will still say yes, because first of all, I want that chance. Second of all, there is nothing to be afraid of. And third of all, you only get better when you pull in the best.
Yes, that's absolutely true, and I've learned that over the years. And the thing is, like right now where I live, I don't have anyone to practice, and I would love to get people to practice with me, because you need that to get better. And that's why I'm gonna get back into competitive arm wrestling, because the way I'm gonna touch stronger hands is by competing, because I don't have nobody to train with.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's what I'm gonna do. That's my plans, and hopefully we'll meet at a tournament.
Yes, sir.
Well, Pablo, thank you. I don't want to take much more of your time. I want to thank you for being here. And if you have a message for the fans from Puerto Rico, please do so, and tell the guys to keep training.
Yes, thank you very much for inviting me. My pleasure. It was a cool one. Guys, Puerto Rico, everywhere and everybody, get stronger, go to gym, diet, be healthy, and be ready, because opportunity will come to you. And I want to make sure that you're ready for this opportunity.
Yeah, and listen to that, because that is the truth. And Pablo, thank you very much, my friend. We will keep in touch. We will keep discussing arm wrestling stuff, and I'm sure we're gonna have you back again on the show to analyze anything that happens. Like I'm gonna try to make when there's a big event of arm wrestling, I try to put up a panel of people to analyze and make some predictions.
Sure.
Maybe I can have you on before the King of the Table, with the match with John and Dennis.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
So I will text you.
Yeah, text me, invite me. Absolutely. We'll find the time.
Yeah. So thank you, Pablo. Take care. God bless you, and keep getting stronger. I'm expecting a lot of good things from you this year.
Thank you. I will. Training hard. Take care, brother.
Yeah. Take care. Talk
Bye,
to you
guys.
soon.